Hey, this is Garrett with CSI, and we're going to go through the steps to set up your quarter midget. So prior to getting to this point, getting the car up on the table, we will have set the air pressure in all of our tires and ensured that the setup table is flat and level. So the first step is going to be to set the ride heights on all four corners. Again, different manufacturers might have different places for you to measure. I typically like to measure right at the bottom frame rail. I like to use this handy tool, but you can do it with a tape measure as well. So what we want to do is just give the car a good bounce. Make sure you do it the same every time. So if you're going to jiggle it, jiggle it. If you're going to push down, but just be consistent. I always just like to do one compression and release, and then go in and set my ride height and adjust my collar to however I need to ensure that the ride height is perfect. So now we've went around and we've set the ride height at all four corners of the chassis. If you got to one corner and the ride height was off substantially from where you wanted for your baseline setup, I would recommend going back around and checking all four corners. So if you had to move the left front 1/2 of an inch, chances are these cars have solid axles. You also affected the right front. And so I'll typically go around the car 2 or 3 times if I had to make a big adjustment, just to ensure that all four are exactly where I want before I start the checking cross weights and such. Now that we have the car on the scales were zeroed before we rolled them on, we'll get a look at what our cross weight, our left side, and our rear percentage are. Those are typically the important things for a quarter midget. One thing to keep in mind is it's very easy for us to adjust cross weight, which cross weight is your left rear, right front weight. It's easy to adjust that by adjusting your ride height collars on all four corners. You're not going to have any success adding rear weight or adding left side by adjusting your ride height collars. That's going to be for adjusting cross weight. You will have to move ballast in the car to adjust your rear weight or your left side weight. So right here we can see the total weight of the car, and if we wanted to check cross weight, we'll want to make sure the left rear and the right front are highlighted, and right now we're at 54.1% cross weight. Left side weight, we'll want to make sure our left sides are highlighted. We're at 56.3, and then our rear weight, we're at 54.3. So again, if you want to adjust rear weight or left side, typically you'll have to do that with ballast, but the cross weight, if we wanted to make an adjustment, if we wanted to increase this, I would go by putting a click in the left rear and a click in the right front, and then take a click out of the left front and the right rear, and that will increase our cross weight. So now we've added a click of cross to the car, which again we did that by adjusting more weight to the left rear, right front, and taking weight off the left front and right rear, and you can see our cross percentage has increased.